Please
Okay,
don't call me sir. Call
can I
me Divyam. It's fine.
can I call you Divyam? Okay, it would be
Yes,
fine.
definitely.
Okay, okay.
I'm not. I feel like when someone calls me sir, I feel really old.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
it
want to be
happens.
old. This
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
I think, the transition when someone calls you bhaiya and uncle.
yeah, yeah,
You don't know how to handle that.
yeah, yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
fine.
You all just saw a short clip and there's more to it, so stick till the end. And I had a conversation with Divyam. I'm not using sir because you just saw that he doesn't like it. Before showing you the whole conversation, let me tell you in brief about Clapingo. In my opinion, your fear and hesitation can be overcome when you have a conversation with someone unfamiliar to you. And that too when the person is trained, who can correct your mistakes, who can tell you that here you are going wrong. Trust me, at Clapingo, the tutors are very friendly. They'll assist you in speaking confidently, they'll correct your mistakes, and they won't judge you. And what's good about Clapingo is that they'll provide you a topic in advance, you have to prepare it, and you will get notes as well. You can see over here, you will get the topic, some notes, and some practice exercises as well that you can practice after the conversation or before the conversation. At least, guys, take a trial session which is just at ₹1. Let me tell you how to do this. Just go to Clapingo, create your account, and if you want to take trial session, you can take the trial session. Or if you want to go for plans, you can just go to the plans and you can fill in the details like the month, the number of months, the number of sessions, and accordingly you will get the details of the fee. So you can see over here the total comes out to be 852. So in 852 you get 4 sessions, and trust me, if you do these 4 sessions you will get confidence and there will be a drastic improvement in your speaking skills and your confidence level. I would suggest you, when you are done with these 4 sessions, you can just have conversation with your friends, or if you can afford, you can go for other plans as well. Hope I addressed all your queries. Now you can enjoy the conversation with Divyam.
Hello, sir.
good evening. How are you?
Good evening. I'm good, sir. What about you?
I'm fine. Thank you. So, today we're talking about childhood. Okay. But before that, I'll just ask you, how was your weekend? Are you having a good day today?
Yeah, it's been great.
That's nice. I'm glad to hear that. Okay. Have you gone through the document?
Yes, like
Great.
childhood and some
Please
extempore
don't call me
topics.
sir. Please
Okay,
don't call me sir. Call
can I
me Divyam. It's fine.
can I call you Divyam? Okay, it would be
Yes,
fine.
definitely.
Okay.
I'm not. I feel like when someone calls me sir, I feel really old.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't want
it
to be
happens.
old. This
Yeah,
is, I
yeah,
think, the transition when someone calls you bhaiya and uncle.
yeah, yeah,
You don't know how to handle that.
yeah, yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
fine.
yes. So the document, have you gone through it?
Yeah, yeah. Some extempore
Great.
topic is there, and
Yes.
on childhood.
Yes. So the extempore topics, we pronounce it as extempore. Okay.
Okay, okay, okay. Actually, I
Um,
have a habit. Okay, extempore. Okay.
no problem. I think that's what happens. Even I had to learn the hard way. For
Yeah,
6 months, I was saying extempore, and then some learner came and told me that it's extempore. And
yeah,
I
yeah,
googled it, and the pronunciation of that, and I'm like, oh my god, I've been making this mistake for so
yeah,
long.
yeah. Actually, we have been using it for a long time, so we don't just check that what's the correct pronunciation. So it
We just
continues.
assume that someone
Yeah,
who taught us that knows
yeah,
more
yeah.
than us, but that's fine. Should I tell you the topics?
Yes. Okay, okay.
Okay,
Yes.
so the topics are: nothing is right, nothing is wrong, everybody just has a different perspective. That is one topic, and the other topic is unemployment. So, which one would you like to talk about?
The first one.
Great. Nothing is right, nothing is wrong, everybody just has a different perspective. Whenever you're comfortable, you can start talking.
Okay, okay. So I guess to some extent, I also believe that it depends on perspective and it is subjective. For example, we always give an example: the six from this side, from other side, it appears six, and from other point of view appears nine.
Nine,
So,
yeah.
and the other who is seeing from the other side, he thinks that he is right, and the other one says that he is right. So it depends on perspective, like different point of view. And
True.
yeah, so I would like to give an example. Like we as children, or we when we want to choose our career, we always have this thing in mind that we have to follow our passion. But
Hmm.
parents want something else, and in a society, Indian society, we have a craze about government exams. So yes, and if we go against the societal norms, we are judged, and they think that we are doing something different. But if we see from others' perspective, like if we get into our parents' shoes, then we understand that okay, they want our secure future or happy. They want us to be happy and contented. So that's why they want that you should opt
Yes.
for government exams. But we as youngsters, we want to like we are young generation, so we want to follow our passion, regardless of what money it is going to make us, like earn us. So I guess it depends on the perspective. And there are so many other examples. Can I quote one more?
Yes, sure.
So I guess like vegetarian, non-vegetarian. A
Yes,
vegetarian
I
thinks
think
that he is right, and the non-vegetarian is right. Non-vegetarian thinks that vegetarian is right. But it depends. Like the people who are living in a seaside area, so they if they don't have any option, so they eat the seafood. So I
mm,
am a pure vegetarian, I'm telling you. So I used to think that they are very wrong. Like, and when I, try to understand the different viewpoints and why they are vegetarian or why someone is non-vegetarian, then I got to know that okay, there can be,
mhm.
other things also. So
Yes, definitely. Behind every decision, there are lots of factors, right? And that was a really good example about your parents wanting to help you with
yeah,
your career choice. And the reason your decisions may differ or may vary is because, according to their life experiences, government jobs are more stable. They have more prospect or more scope of growth, right? And along with not only just the money or the stability, along with the government job, you get a lot of respect in the society,
yeah, respect is also
right?
a thing
So it
that
also has
matters.
to do with status. Yeah, so status is one of the things that they think about. But for youngsters, it a lot of people do aspire to be government employees or take a position in the government, but sometimes the priorities are different. Especially now, you see that people are willing to take internships just so they can kind of enter that industry, any particular industry. But when you take an internship, monetary compensation should not be a factor that you should worry about. Uh, on the other hand, someone who's not well off, they need the money to survive. So they don't
Yes.
have the luxury of taking an internship. They have to take a job in whatever field they get, right? Because of whatever problems they are facing. So you're absolutely right. It is perspective, and I think that is where we transition as adults. Because as youngsters, we're like, oh no, you're wrong and I'm right. But as adults, we're like, oh no, I think for me, this is what's right. I understand your point of view and I respect it, but I think I'm going to go with my own choice. Right?
Okay.
That is where the maturity comes in. Yeah,
And there's
definitely.
one more example. Can I give?
Go for it.
In politics and
Yeah.
religion, in politics, from politics to religion, we all think that this is right, or some caste is right, or some religion the community is right. So here comes the bigger picture, where we have to understand each other's viewpoints, so quarrels will be less. In fact, in relationships also, we if you try to understand each other's viewpoints, so it would be like a harmonious relationship. So yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. I think one of the most important things I think one of the most important thing that I've heard about relationships is that whenever you fight with your partner, you always have to remember it's the two of you versus against the problem. It's not you versus me. It's
Yeah.
us versus the problem. So
Yeah.
if you have that in your mind, it kind of makes it easy to understand that I'm not supposed to blame you or get mad at you. I'm supposed to communicate and say that this happened for XYZ reason. We have to figure out how to fix that XYZ problem, not
Yes.
change each other.
Yeah, that's
Right?
good.
Great, great. I'm very happy that this session has started off on a good note. Okay. So now we'll switch to childhood. So, Sadhna, why don't you tell me how was your childhood? Were you the kind of person who was studious? Were you the kind of person who was obedient, or were you more mischievous?
Yeah, I was kind of a nerd who always used to study. But yes, there's a naughty side also. I used to like in my childhood, I used to hold the like it's a butterfly kind of insect. You must have heard dragonfly.
Dragonfly, yeah.
Yeah. So so I used to hold it and release it, and I was all the more happy when I used to hold off the queen one. So it is red in color.
Ooh.
So I used to do the silly things, but it is wrong to harm any. I didn't used to harm them, but I just used to love doing that. And cycling and painting, these kind of things also I loved. But all the
That's
other
great.
time, I was a nerd kind of person. Yeah.
That's great. So, what do you do now for a living?
For a living,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm a YouTuber. I wouldn't say I'm a YouTuber. I am an English trainer at YouTube with the channel Letterbetter. So
Mm-hmm.
it's been a year that I started the channel. And actually, I was preparing for UPSC. I had been preparing for 4 years, but then I changed because my first love was, I guess, language. So I love learning languages. So that's
I'm
why
really happy to hear that.
I started
So, you
training.
are in some way following your
Uh, I didn't hear. Can you please repeat?
passion. In some way, you are following your passion.
Yeah, I'm following my passion. I'm happy right now. I'm not unhappy that I didn't make through the UPSC or any government exams, because at least I'm doing what I love. So this is what I love.
That's great.
Yeah.
I always love hearing stories where people are more focused on their happiness than they are, focused on money or status or something that is very, very materialistic. So I'm very happy to hear that. Good luck with your channel.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, that's it. I would want to talk about your journey more, but I think we should just focus on the document for now. Maybe in the next session, we can talk about your journey and what problems you faced. Okay, great. So, you said you were a nerd. Hmm. How do you think being a nerd now helps you be a YouTuber? Let's say, okay, I'll just give you an example. I was a very active kid. I would love doing sports. I would, my focus was okay, finish school, finish homework, and then just go down and play with my friends. Right. So it's safe to say we are opposites,
Yeah.
right? So we were opposites as kids at least. So how do you think you have an advantage by being a nerd in today's world?
Actually, as a trainer, I always try to hone my skills, because you know that English is a vast language. There's so much to study about, like so many idioms, phrases, and the accent, different accents. So it has helped me because I have a habit of reading. So I keep reading, learning new things to tell people also and polish my skills also. So it has helped me. Like people can't sit for 3 to 4 hours and study. So I've had this habit because I used to do it in my UPSC preparation, during my preparation. So it has helped me a lot that I can study. And that too, when I'm interested in it and I love it, I love doing that. So yes, it has helped me. Being a nerd has helped me in my career, like English as an English trainer.
That's great. So
Yeah,
I think what I can tell you is you are much more disciplined than I am. Okay, because if you set your mind to a goal, you
yeah,
can
yeah,
sit for a couple of hours and kind of research it or prepare for it. One more thing you can kind of say is that because you loved reading books, okay, and you didn't have a motive. So basically, your goal was not to improve your English. Your
yeah.
goal was to have a fun time, learn new stories, kind of. I don't know what type of books you read,
Actually,
but
I had, yeah, actually, I had this thing. I took, like, improving English and being fluent was my thing. Like, in college, also, I took coaching just to
but
improve
was
a
it from
few.
the start when you actually
No,
started
no,
reading for the
no, in fourth year of engineering, I have done
exactly?
engineering. So, in the fourth year of engineering, I took a spoken English class just to polish some of the skills. So,
And since
it
then,
was
you started loving this journey
yeah,
and
yeah. And then after
followed
that,
it.
I went to government exams. And after that, when I couldn't crack or couldn't make it through, so I just shifted to
Mhm.
this thing because I loved it. I love training people in English. So I want to continue it in future as well.
That's great. I think we need more people like you in India
Yeah.
who can help the crowd understand what mistakes they're making, kind of solve them, and even motivate them because motivation
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
huge problem
Yeah, it's
nowadays.
very important. Yeah.
People are so used to quick results because of social media. What they don't understand is that let's just take English speaking as an example.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a long journey, and the quicker you do it, the more easily you will forget. I think that
Yeah.
is what I have noticed in some of the learners, in my experience generally. So, where were you born? Can I ask you which city?
Chhattisgarh. Like I'm from Chhattisgarh.
Okay,
Chhattisgarh.
so born and brought up in Chhattisgarh.
Yeah, yeah. Born and brought up in Chhattisgarh.
Great, great. So, tell me a little bit. Do you have any questions for me?
Where are you from? And
I'm
how
from Mumbai.
long you have joined this? Like you have been a part of this Clapingo?
So I'm from Mumbai, born and raised in Mumbai, and I've been part of Clapingo for almost a year, for more than a year now. I've been a speaker at Clapingo for more than a year now, and I absolutely love it because I get to meet a lot of interesting people. I get to kind of help them with their issues. I think one of the most fulfilling things about being a speaker is that sometimes I can observe some mistakes or some things that the people are doing wrong, and kind of tell them that is this because of that, and
Yeah.
then that look on their face when they're like, "Oh my god, I never realized that was the
Yeah.
problem,"
Yeah.
right? So
Being
kind
a
of
trainer,
telling
it
them,
happens with me. Despite knowing the rules, I make mistakes because it's an alien language, a different language. So it happens. And I've
I
seen
understand.
your some of the sessions also, like in YouTube.
Oh wow.
I've
So did you
seen.
like
So
them?
yeah, yeah, it was good. So I have gone through 1 or 2 sessions.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you so much for looking at the videos and investing the time. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the books you read in your childhood. Okay. I'm sure you read some book and it made you realize that wow, this is so beautifully written, or that I want to get to that level, right? Because there's always something like that. Because even when we watch a show, I do that all the time. I just finished a show about volleyball, and I'm like, oh my god, I want to play volleyball now.
Yeah.
I really want to play like really good volleyball. I want to try the tricks that they did in the show, like kind of put myself in that situation. So did that ever happen to you while you were reading a book?
Yeah, like in my childhood, I didn't used to read many books. Like
Hmm.
Jeet Aapki and this Hindi books, which was like my father suggested me. But
Hmm.
in my college days, I have read The Light from Many Lamps. So it's a book where so many good like quotes are there, and the colos. Am I pronouncing it wrong? Colo. I always
I know the spelling, but I don't know how it's pronounced. So I'm
yeah,
not going to give you anything
uh,
because if I'm wrong, then you'll keep saying it, and then you'll be wrong as well. So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not going to say it. But if I think it's Paulo Colo.
Colo, I guess I
I'm
don't.
not sure.
Yeah, yeah. So, so Alchemist, The
He was
Alchemist is written, huh? Yes,
yes, that's a very famous book.
yeah, and many other like Abdul Kalam's book, Wings of Fire,
Mhm.
and these are the things which have motivated me. And Jeet Aapke, the
That's
Hindi
great.
book, it's also great. Yeah,
That's great. Okay, now moving on from books, I want to know as a child what kind of games did you play? And
games.
it can be board games, card games,
Yeah,
outdoor
badminton.
games, anything.
Badminton. In fact, I appeared for one of the tournament as well when I was in sixth
Wow.
standard, but I couldn't make it. But yeah, yes, that was I
But I'm
love.
sure it was a very nice experience.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, today I love playing badminton. I love it.
That's great. Can you think of any embarrassing or funny story that happened while you were at that tournament or in any other sport or any activity that you did as a child?
Not in sports, but actually in my personal life, like I was a bit of notorious. So I applied
I was a
mehendi
little
all over
notorious
my
or
hand.
mischievous.
Okay. So there was an incident. I applied mehendi all over my hand, and I showed to my elder sister, "See, I have applied mehendi." It was all over my hand, like, and I was a kid.
So just one layer of mehndi on your
Yeah,
hand, no
the
design,
whole I
nothing.
just applied it on whole hand, and I was showing that I was very happy to see I have applied mehendi. So I was a kid, I didn't know that. So I was happy. So that was a funny incident. I was very like I was scolded that what you have done on your hand, like my elder sister, and I was very happy that I've done something great.
Yeah,
So
because you have a sense of achievement that I'm an old, like I'm an adult, I can do this to myself, right?
yeah, yeah. So it was like that
Yeah,
kind of
I think
thinking.
I think everyone does that. I remember something similar I did as a kid. So we used to live in a different flat, and I used to live with my grandparents at that time. And I had just seen a movie where the kid was this brilliant artist. So as a kid, he should draw brilliantly, like sketch brilliantly. But at times he was so creative that he couldn't control his excitement. So he started drawing on the walls, and I did that by mistake in my house. I got super excited after the movie. In my room, I started drawing on the walls, and I got such a scolding that day. I was so scared. I thought literally my dad is going to hit me or something. The whole
I
wall
guess
was
we
covered
all
with like
yeah.
pictures of fun.
I think we all have written some or the other time on the wall. We all have written. I have also done. So we scribble on the wall. Child, we didn't know
Yeah,
that it would harm the wall. So we all have done, I
definitely.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think our session is about to get
Yeah,
disconnected
yeah.
automatically. It was so nice talking to you. There was not a lot of mistakes you made in English. Okay, I think you're really good. You're really fluent.